Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I think it is. I hope it is. I hope this is informative for you. Just so you all know, I truly do believe this. Summer sucks. Okay? And it may be to be me right now, too. But no, not seriously. I am Steve Lewis. For those of you that have not seen me or heard me or wanted to kill me or done a blog on me or something on the website, I'm a 34-year career parks employee. I actually started my career in Allegheny State Park, and I am a We Are. Nobody here. Penn State.
Oh.
I started my career in Allegheny State Park and had the great fortune to be there at a time when snowmobiling was really just at its infancy within state parks. I had a chance to work with Jim Toner. Some of you may know Jim. Jim actually helped Vic put together the first master plan for snowmobiling in New York State. What year? 1989 was the first development plan for a statewide trail system in New York State. While I was at Allegheny, I had an opportunity also to be a grants representative building parks within the southern tier, Chautauqua, Cattaraugus, and Allegheny counties. I got recruited out of Allegheny to come to Albany. I was recruited to work with the Real Property Bureau. I subsequently became director of Real Property, and at a time when I had no staff, it was myself and a secretary, and the Pataki administration came in, and all of a sudden we had an EPF fund out of the Cuomo administration that gave us $150 million a year to buy parks. I was able to accomplish buying 22 new state parks, 55,000 acres, and I'm very dadgum proud of it because it's protected forever. It also gave me a heck of an opportunity to learn how to deal with situations, challenges. Every single acquisition I did was a challenge, to find out exactly what the price was, what's fair, what's reasonable, to justify it to everybody and to purchase the property. I burned out in Real Property, I will tell you that. And got out and took on another challenge. I actually build cell towers in state parks. How tough is that?
One in Menlo.
The other thing I did is I am a landlord for 350 houses within state parks and all the problems that are with that. They asked me to take this program over, snowmobiling. Don't worry, it's just a little program run by itself. It's okay. Wow.
Sold a bill of goods.
Yeah, I did. But I also took it on at a time that may be good for me, may be bad for me. Maybe good for the sport, maybe bad for the sport. I don't know. I will be positive. I get accused a lot of times of asking questions, trying to find out, need information, want information. That's my upbringing through Real Property. I need to know it all. I like to know it all. I like to get help from you all, because quite frankly, without you all, there is no system in New York State. No ifs, ands, buts, bones to be picked about it. This system grew from 3,000 miles, basically, to independent clubs that had no cohesiveness at all to it. You were all independent clubs out there enjoying your sport, had your trails in your area, and along came this guy from Vermont. You all know who he is.
Vic Wood.
Yeah. You got it. Vic Wood came in, was recruited in to come into New York State and to put this system together. And he did a marvelous job. With a lot of help from you all. Awful lot of help. Vic retired. I just talked to him the other day. He's back from Florida. He looks like he's lost about 20 years off his life. Don't be that hard on me, please. But it is. This is a very difficult situation. And I understand when you have 80% of your trail system on private property in communities that sometimes love you, sometimes would rather not see you come down the trail. You have an environmental community that is tough. You have people in your own organization that are tough on you. You got clubs that are pointing the fingers at each other, that are screaming, my trails are better, yours are lousy. One of the first things I found when I took this program over, I came on in July. This is my first full season here. I don't think it can get any worse. The first thing I saw when I came into this was communications. Communications, everybody was talking, but nobody was listening, and everybody had other thoughts, and it was a mess. So my first task in looking at it was, I set up a meeting with your NYSSA directors, with Parks. We sat around the table, got to introduce myself, got to know them. First order of business was to open the lines of communication between Parks and NYSSA. I established quarterly meetings with them, formal. We have an agenda. They bring issues to me, I bring issues to them. Hopefully they're getting their issues from you all. We sit down, we have a chance to go through them, and we've had three quarterly meetings. Two. We'll have another one right after this. And we spent about 4 hours around the table talking things through. The other problem I had was I had local sponsors that were getting more information from you than they were from state parks. And they were confused. They didn't know who to turn to, what to do, who's got the right answer. And I'll tell you, there were a lot of answers out there. Some right, some wrong. I just got through on the 19th of March, was it March 19th? Yeah. With a local sponsor meeting. I had 50 of 57 local sponsors show up at that meeting. I got chastised because I didn't want snowmobilers there. I didn't want trail coordinators there. I didn't want NYSSA there. The reason I didn't is because the previous meetings with local sponsors, there was more complaining from local sponsors that there were people there interrupting their meetings and they couldn't have a good discussion with the state and the program and their concerns of what they had with it. It turned out it was a very good meeting. It was in Syracuse. I promised to open up the lines of communication to them. If I talk, if I say something to somebody, the local sponsor is going to know about it. If I give a direction, the local sponsor is going to know about it. Communication works this way, and it will help us all. Is I will have to educate the local sponsors in all the rules, requirements, and initiatives that are required to run an 11,000-mile trail system. You all should have a very good working relationship with your local sponsors. You have a question, call your local sponsor. You have a question that you don't get an answer from your local sponsor, hopefully they will call me and I can get them an answer. If I give them an answer to a question, it will be broadcast to all of them. We're going to open up a new website. I met with the webmaster just last week. Tell me where I find an RTP grant application in the snowmobile website portion, state parks. Anybody try to find it?
It's not there.
It's under grants, community grants. Why it's there, I don't know. We're going to combine all that information, anything that has to do with snowmobiling, press releases, publications, applications, everything will come under snowmobiling. I will also have a press release section within that website. If there's something comes out, a decision is made, a direction that's going to be given, a deadline that needs to be met, will go out onto that website. NYSSA is included in that master list of notification. That should open the lines of communication up between the local sponsors, you, NYSSA and you, and NYSSA and me. I hope that will work. Because it's like the old telephone gossip tag match was going on. It was, I heard this. Did you hear that? What did I hear? I heard this. I heard that. Local sponsors were confused as heck. So, with that, that's who I am. That's the first task that I've had. That's the first task that I will continue to finish and get in order.